Tonight, 6 players are about to play for a shot at $1 million. Get ready for the most futuristic poker superstructure ever imagined, the Poker Dome. Competitors from around the world have flown to Las Vegas to face off against each other. Our first contestant comes all the way from Denmark. Mark Thieves is a university student who also loves the game of soccer. Keep an eye on this armored car guard from Canada, a martial arts fanatic. Ben Campbell will be looking to chop his competition into submission tonight. Look out for this professional player from Australia. He's cashed out at the World Series main event, but Luke Marburg is more known for his big, wild hair. A big Poker Dome welcome to this political science major from the University of Utah. Originally from Kuwait, Jabir Marafi has fallen in love with the game of paintball. The most experienced one at the table is our second player from north of the border. A pro for the last 2 years, Clayton Mosden has one caveat. He's never played speed poker. And our final player has never played in a live poker game. Our second Dane at the table, Jesper Olsen, is focused to take home the cash tonight. The players have arrived. Tonight, $25,000 is up for grabs, and one player behind this door will advance towards our tournament grand prize, $1 million. This is the MansionPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge. Unmistakable Las Vegas, Nevada, where we're coming to you from the historic downtown district at the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street, the home of the MansionPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge. The Poker Dome is set and open for business. The contestants are wearing heart monitors, and the proper measures have been taken to ensure that the players will not be in contact with any of the audience. Now it's time to play speed poker at the Poker Dome, where the studio audience can look in, but when it's time to play speed poker, the players cannot see out. And here are the seed assignments for tonight's match. Mark Thieves from Denmark in seed 1. He's followed by Marafi and then Marburg. And then it's Canada's Ben Campbell in seed 4. Mosden and Olsen. Like that, we're playing speed poker in the Poker Dome. Barry Tompkins, joined by poker author Michael Koenig, third member of our broadcast team, Leanne Tweeden. She'll be along for the big check presentation and all the interviews. First player to act is Ben Campbell. You see the clock in the right side of your screen there. If that clock winds down to 0, the player's hand is dead.
Fold. Fold.
Blinds are 1,000 and 1,000 to get started.
And although they're not really worth stealing at this point, I think Thieves should raise here on the button.
I call.
In position with Queen 10 suited, but he will let the blinds see the flop for free.
I check.
So here's our first flop of the evening. 6-8 Jack. Marafi has caught a pair of jacks.
Fold. I fold.
So Marafi will win our first hand, and before we move along, for those of you who are new to speed poker, here is how the game works. There are 6 players, 2 dealers, and just 15 seconds to act. Each player is dealt 2 down cards and must decide whether to call, raise up to the pot limit, or fold within 15 seconds. 2 or more players remain in the hand. Community cards are dealt. The first 3 cards are called the flop. Then they're followed by a round of betting, where all players can then go all in. Next comes the 4th card, called the turn. More betting. And finally the 5th card, called the river. Remaining players can bet one more time, then show their hands. In all cases, the best 5-card hand wins and takes the pot. Each player can use one 30-second time extension button per match prior to heads up. Each player has one time extension in heads up play. That is speed poker. And we continue with speed poker. We're just underway here. This, of course, for the final seat at our last $1 million qualifying table. Very competitive table, I think, too, Michael.
It is going to be a tremendous show. I'm really looking forward to
Race.
it. And I know one of these 6 players, even though they've got to keep their eye on the ball tonight, in the back of their mind, there is that dream that at the end of the rainbow is our $1 million grand prize.
Marburg and Olsen, as you see, each with an ace-10, but Olsen's suited. Interesting.
Fold.
Olsen will win it.
Marburg, out of position that hand, decided that he didn't want to play what amounts to a sort of troublesome, middling kind of hand, ace-10, out of position. Later on, when the blinds are bigger, I think he'll go with it.
Fold.
Again, not much on the board.
Fold. Fold. Check. Check.
Well, nobody with anything to be proud of amongst these two here. And there's a look at our heart monitor, which you'll be seeing throughout the show. It will give the heart rate of the person whose name appears there. As you see, Mazden is pretty cool. Campbell not too bad at 128. Mazden will win with that little 5-3. So we're just kind of pushing things back and forth across the table here.
Rather cosmopolitan group. We have a bunch of international players here on our final qualifier.
2 Danes at the table.
Call.
We expect Hamlet to break out at any moment.
Any moment.
Go. Nice.
Olsen's going to raise it up with that pair of 7s.
5.
Total of 6,000.
And as we learned in the introduction to tonight's show, this is the first time Jesper Olsen has ever played live poker. So he's looking down saying, well, what are these little round discs in front of me?
You know, though, so far he does not seem at all awed. He's going to take this down. He seems very calm to me, just looking at his body language here. He's playing hurt. He's suffered an ankle injury, and he's been on crutches, so not quite 100% physically, but mentally seems to be right there.
Raise. 30. 3,000.
All 4 kings were played already.
Fold.
Fold. Fold.
So once again, cautious play early on here as Campbell will win this hand, and really pretty much in the same place that we were when we began things. Olsen was our chip leader, but it's a very narrow lead. We're coming back.